RaTv. I am not black.
Who has a spiritual experience they'd like to share with the rest of us? An OBE or...
I have one.
All right.
Okay. I'm just going to share two experiences, so I won't take
Very
much
good.
of the class. All right.
No, don't worry about the time. Just...
All right. Okay, well, many times I would close my eyes to see orbs like green, blue, and purple. I also see like light beams and faces and silhouettes of people. So one night at work, I was laying on my side, and I realized I could see things in my room with my eyes closed. So I reached out to grab a watch that was beside me, and my hand would go through it. This happened a lot of times, but I had no idea I was having an OBE, but now I know.
Right.
So, okay.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay.
So I had another experience, whereas one night I laid down and listened to one of your CDs from the spiritual package with the intent on having an OBE. So I immediately felt my body drop down. I faintly saw a mist of white smoke in front of me. I acknowledged the smoke, but I just kept asking myself, where do I want to go? So I wanted to go outside to see my vehicle in the driveway. So I started to see swirls of violet, green, and blue colors, and a vortex tunnel began to slowly open up. So I'm peeking through this hole, which takes a lot of concentration because it will close up on you. So I started to open up. It started to open up wider, and I was hovering outside. I looked down, and lo and behold, I saw my Jeep in the driveway. I was conscious and knew what was going on. So I was like, wow. So then I look again, I see these two light beings or silhouettes of people getting outside of my car. I'm like, what are you guys doing in my car? Why are you guys sitting in my back
They
of
were
my car?
in the car. You see outside of it.
I saw them like in the car. They was like coming out the door, like like through the door. And I said, why y'all sitting in my car?
Now I got one question. You saw the white smoke. Was that more like a white mist?
Yes. It was like you can see the silhouette of a body. It's a silhouette of a body.
That's what it is. That's one of the elders. Right. That's right. Go ahead.
Okay, and I kept saying, why are you guys in the back seat of my car? And that's when I realized that, attachment to this world is real, You can really be attached to this world.
Yeah.
And I had one last one I had this morning. Around 5:30, I was laying down. I wanted to try and have another OBE. And once again, I'm listening to one of your CDs, right? And I began to see a white gaseous circle, not a perfect circle, and it kept moving towards me. And then another one would come behind it, the first one, and they would come and get bigger and bigger. So I changed position to see if my eyes were tripping, right? And then it kept coming towards me until I could see nothing but white, and the room started to disappear. I really thought I was about to check out. So I'm guessing my adrenaline must have made it go away. But before it went away, I saw two bright lights appear in the ceiling, and then it flickered and went out. And that happened this morning.
Yes. Now, as far as that white mist, I'd like to comment on that. I have seen that quite a few times. My ex-mate of far too many years, she was sitting in a rocking chair, and I was laying across the bed, and I saw a mist move between us. And it was so clear out my peripheral that I turned to her, and we haven't smoked cigarettes in over 30 years. We quit smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, like smoke, yeah.
I said, I asked her, I said, are you smoking cigarettes? Are you smoking over there? And she looked at me and said, no, we don't smoke. So I was just confused about that. Then I was with this other sister. We I take long walks. So we're coming back from a walk, and I saw a mist being moved between us while we was walking. And she saw it too. She said, what is that? I just looked at it, but I didn't respond. Because see what it is, in the Brother Hotep, I've seen that mist move between he and I before. But see what it is, that's the elders, and when they appear like that, they're coming to try to shift polarity from positive to negative. You understand? You know, that's one of the main reasons they come. Probably not the only, because I don't know everything they do, but I know that's the primary reason. I know that's what it was with my ex-mate and with the sister I was walking with too, because, you know, she had a kind of a negative lifestyle too, and was talking negative because it was some police, looked like they had raided out. She was talking about they gonna have a bad day or something. She was talking a lot of negative stuff. But that's what, you know, they appear. Okay, now, when you see beings in mist or smoke, that's like them trying to make an interdimensional leap. Just like when you see crafts. A lot of times people that see shams or craft in the sky, and I want to go into more detail about what shams are. They'll appear as white clouds. In fact, Malachi wrote a book called Mystery Clouds.
Yes, he did.
UFOs, you see, because that's what it is those are interdimensional crafts. They appear to be white clouds, real white clouds against bright blue backdrop, the sky, clear. And then the next thing you look, and you see a silver or whatever colored craft, there'll be crafts. Because it's the reverse of what I told you about, you know, when you go from solid matter to liquid to spirit or steam. You know, you freeze ice, it becomes a solid like your teeth and bones. Thaw it out to water, it's a liquid, but it's still affected by gravity. If you drop it, pour it out the glass, it drops right to the floor. But if you put it in a pot on a stove on a high fire, it'll start vibrating a lot faster. You can see how the water's tumbling, and it'll convert into spirit or gas. You call it steam or vapor. It rises up too. It's no longer affected by gravity. And if you leave the fire on long enough, the pot will be empty. There will be no water, ice, or steam, and you say, there's nothing. But you can't get something. You can't get nothing from something. It's converted. It's only energy in transit, you see. Right. Again, I told you all, if you want to get it to come back, turn off the fire, let the kitchen cool, right, and it'll condensate, and it'll appear as moisture droplets or dew-like on the walls and ceiling, floors, etc. But it'll be so spread out, you won't consider putting it back. But if you could conceivably gather it all in a container and put it back in the freezer, you could bring it all the way back down to bones and teeth or ice again, you see. So look at that process in reverse and think about something already on the ethereal side from your perspective. Because you have ether 1, ether 2, etc. So that when they want to drop down to this level, they slowly lower their vibrations. You follow me? Yes. And they'll first appear to your eyes as a mist, steam, or smoke, or cloud. You follow? All right, mute your phone, star 6. They'll appear as a vapor or mist. And then after they slow down north, then they'll convert into a liquid form and eventually into a solid form that you can see. And that's exactly how the angels ascended and descended from heaven and Jacob's ladder when Joseph had a dream. You follow? He saw the angels ascending and descending up and down the ladder from heaven. That was his own spinal column. And every step in the ladder was a notch in his spine. You know that he wasn't seeing any external ladder because he was sleeping. And it was during a dream that he saw this, which was a vision, of course. You follow me?
Yes.
Now, about what a sham is, really, if you do some research, ancient architecture, like in Indonesia, what do you call that big place there? Angkor Wat. One of the most striking features, they have like 72 what they call what do they call those things in their language? We call them, they call them stupors. You can look this up, stupors. Right? And they're kind of bell-shaped, kind of like the shape of a sham. And people would go inside of them and take flight. Now, you want to know how is it that they go inside of these structures that simulate a flying craft, but they're actually anchored to the foundation of this architecture? It's because to really take flight, it's not about you boarding the actual craft. Because the way that they, in this society, think about ascending through the planes, they think about going up in a fiery tin apartment building with flame coming out the bottom like Barney Rubble, or airplane, Plane. That's the way they try to interpret plane. It's like ascending up off the ground into the sky. It's not that. You follow? Not an aeroplane. It's the journey within and learning to raise your vibrations so that the spiritual light inside of you, the real triad, the Ankh, Ba, and Ka, the spirit, soul, and ether, drops down to the base of the spinal column and just starts raising up like an elevator through the 7 planes or seats, chakras, whichever you prefer to identify them as, so that when they pass the laryngeal seat and the pineal gland and into the temple, again, the place on the side of your head next to your ear, and they go to the crown molar, where you have the etheric cord attached, raise up in vibration, and then it travels out of your head into that tunnel. That's when you're taking flight like a sham. You have really converted into a sham, a craft. You follow me? And a lot of times when you see these vortexes open up in your room or around you, and they're swirling in the air, like I've seen many times, and you're mystified by that. What is that? How did that? Where's that opening? Where did it come from? Just swirling like that in the middle of the air. I know you have.
Right.
And the thing is, and believe it or not, you want me to tell you what that is?
Please do.
That's your own etheric cord.
Wow.
And when you go through that stargate, say you jump through it, you're actually jumping out of your head into the ether. And you can take flight and go anywhere that you force your attention on. You follow me? Because wherever attention goes, energy flows. You follow? Now, I think that's important for us to think about. And if anybody has any questions about that, now's the time to ask. Because that's very important for us all to understand that.
I have one.
I'll do my best.
Okay, I know that I've talked about it before in the past, but like when I look a lot of times at the sun, I can see a vortex coming out of it, like
exactly.
The color purple and stuff like that.
I've seen that. Yes, it's like a tunnel that goes from your eyes to the sun and back.
So
yeah,
it would be the same thing? So it would be the same thing that you're talking about, though?
Yes, the same thing. With a different twist. It's like we're star people, star children. And the essence of you that I call the real Trinity, we affectionately call the real Trinity, the Ankh, Ba, and Ka, the soul, spirit, and ether, which is really the real substance of you, is situated in your solar plexus. Do you follow me? That's where that, you want to call it that inner sun, S-U-N-S-O-N, that's where that inner sun is. And that is the essence of you. Of course, solar, like solar system, in the center of the solar system would be the sun. As above, so below. And the planets or planes revolve around that central sun, like with your circulatory system revolving around your central sun. Planets, Plane, right? E period, T period, plan, E-T. Plan, P-L-A-N-E-T. But plane, short for planets. So that greater sun also has an etheric core to which you are attached and attracted. Because when you look at above, you have the sun with the planets revolving around it in what you call the solar system. Every planet, a plane, right? Roughly before they improved on optics, you had 7 major planets that you can see with the unaided eye. Below that, you have Adam, or the man, that has the solar plexus, 7 planes or planets in his body, and they circulate around that central sun in a circulatory system. It too gives off light and heat to make you maintain a constant body temperature of 98.6. And it's not that the sun is extremely hot like people think it is. It's just a living soul, as everything is. And beneath you have the atom. Like you learned in school, the teacher would draw a diagram of the solar system, the sun in the center, the planets around it, in 2D. And when she drew the atom, it looked like to you a miniature solar system with the quark at the center, the father of energy, giving light and life to the electrons and protons that revolved around it. But they try to confuse you with language and spell the sun S-U-N and then spell U-S-O-N and name the first man Adam but spell it A-D-A-M and the atom A-T-O-M. But sun, atom, atom, you follow? So you see the connection between you and the sun. Think of yourself as a miniature sun, but always remember you're a star child, a star seed. You're a Cosmosian. Your home is the stars. You're made of stardust. You follow? Does that make it clearer?
Yes, it does, and thank you.
I love you. Next question.
I had an experience.
Okay.
On Friday, when I was speaking to the Messiah, he was warning me about going down to that bank machine by myself, because every month I just walk down there by myself. It's just like a few doors away. But anyway, he said to me, don't go down there by yourself no more, because I walk.
To withdraw money, you know.
So that went kind of deep in me when he said that, because I took him seriously, because I actually do think like that as well, but I just wanted to get things done. So Friday night, when I dozed off to sleep, waking up into Saturday morning, I started having an OBE, you know, because I've been listening to the Cosmic Traveler quite frequently and fervently lately. And in my dream vision or OBE experience, I was in a building that had a school essence to it, like I was in some kind of school, and we were doing a project. I mean, and we were in a class where everybody that was doing a project. So my project required a tool or something that I didn't have, but it was at that building next to where we were. But I had to come out of the building that I was in and go down the street about a block or so and go into the block. So when I started walking, and I was walking down this block by myself, there was no one there, but I saw this young man coming toward me with his hands up like I was under the impression he was had a cell phone in his hand, on his phone. So I went on into the other building and got whatever it was that I needed. And when I came back, this guy was still walking down the street. We were opposite each other, and we passed each other without speaking. So when I got almost back to the tiny corner that I had to turn to get back into my building, my higher self warned me that, and I could feel it too, this young man had an evil intent. And when I looked back, he actually had turned around and started walking back behind me. And when he got almost near me, I took a couple more steps and jumped and just like 10 feet off the ground like a story and just flew away from him and woke up flying away from me.
I love that. I don't love that you encountered this group of people. I'm glad that you could take flight.
Yes, I.
All right. Somebody had something. All right. I wanted to add. Go ahead.
I'm just trying to get an understanding of shifting polarities. Well, you mentioned
about
that,
what now? What polarity?
Shifting polarity.
Yes.
Like when I saw that list, you said it was trying to shift polarities. I'm trying to grasp that, get a better understanding of
From
it.
negative to positive.
Okay.
That's the sense I'm using the word, and I'm employing it in that sense. You know,
Okay.
and that comes from the environment that you frequent, or the things that you ingest mentally, like you are what you eat physically. You know, if you look at news all the time and you surf the net and you're attracted to, you know, terrible storms and floods and mass shootings, etc., or the kind of company that you know what I mean.
Okay.
You got to remember that if you keep energy always returns to the source of energy. All right? Now, what I wanted to add about what I was saying before. Go ahead.
I have a question. Yes.
I'll do my best. Go ahead.
To piggyback on what you were saying about energy flows where attention goes.
Yes.
So that plays in on us creating our reality or creating
Exactly.
what we want.
I don't know about what we want.
So,
you're creating what you're creating. Because
well,
you can
exactly.
also
Good, bad, or indifferent.
You can create what you don't want just as easily by thinking on it. In other words, if you keep dreading something, I don't ever want to be robbed or attacked, or I don't want to get sick, I don't want to be ill, I don't want to,
fearful, being fearful.
Well, whatever, being fearful. The universe hears that and interprets that as that's what you want, because it's going to give you whatever it is you focus on. You follow me?
So not does not exist to the universe. It's whatever your mind is on.
Exactly. Your mind is shadowing the universe. In other words,
yes,
your consciousness, Cosmosian, is multiverse. Again, when you close your eyes and you see that blackness, that is the inky blackness of the vast extent. You see? And whatever you're thinking, you pick it up or it's illustrated through your imagination. You follow me? Negative or positive?
sure.
And I am in all, and all is in me, right? The kingdom of heaven is within you.
It's within.
That's right. So, Rahubat. So you see, when you close your eyes in the darkness, just like I do at 10:30 during class, you all move stars in Florida and London and Ghana or wherever you're moving them. But I make a mental link with you like you do with the sun, like the sister does with the keeper, Amun does with the sun. And I can see the same stars you see because there's only one mind. Right? So what I'm saying is that if you want to see your childhood home right now, if you really go through your mental Rolodex. Can't you really pull up the front of your childhood home right now and see it?
Absolutely.
That's right.
Yes.
So what's in you? All is in you. It's
Yes.
all in you. You see, like I was telling Anuka when she misplaced her purse. She would get frantic and looking all over the place. That's why I say, sit down and get quiet, be still, and go back in your mind and trace your steps. And then she and ran straight upstairs and got it. See, it's all in your mind. That's a literal statement. So when you if you want to see the sun right now in the dark, you can see it, can't you?
Yes.
That's right. Because it's inside of you. All these things are inside of you. And you invoke or attract whatever it is you draw attention to. You follow what I'm saying? Even if you think
And
to
if
yourself,
you don't like it.
yeah, if I don't want to be in a car accident, and you dread that over and over, I don't want to be in a car accident. You follow what I mean? And then your imagination is going to create a simulation of it. You follow what I mean? That's right. And then if you keep concentrating on it over and over repetitiously, it's going to be forged into your super subconscious until it manifests as something real. You understand?
Sure.
That's how you all are creating your own reality. I can simplify it after I make this statement here. You know, like I told you before, with the stupors, and you're using them to travel in like a craft that you fly in. Remember I told you all to imagine yourself walking through a beautiful field of flowers and grass on a warm sunlit day. And the grass is like waves of grain in the wind, like water. And it's so comfortable. And you walk up a little hill, and between two trees you see a hammock there. And you just jump up on it and lay down and swing in the breeze. You follow me?
Sure.
And your head on the pillow, you start getting more and more relaxed until you drift off to sleep. Now, while you sleep, you might dream about things in the past, the present, or in the future, because in the spirit you're not barred by time. You might even associate with beings and places that you don't remember. But now if you in Texas and you remember scenes in Georgia and things like that, and you travel to those places in your mind, and you remember John Lawrence and his daughter and walking up those stairs to the apartment and the different things you do. In other words, that's what you think you're dreaming about. You're actually there, participating in that reality. So that's a long way from Dallas, Texas. But when you wake up, you see, having traveled those distances, you should realize first that your head never left the pillow. Are you following me?
Sure.
I'm trying to make you all dial into the stupors on top of Angkor Wat, that shape like shams that they travel in, and that you all are doing this from a still position. That's what meditation is about. Meditation and visualization. Are you following me? So let's be clear about this. Dial into it that when you're dreaming and you travel in a dream to when you were a youngster or, you know, another part of the country or wherever you're at in the world, that when you wake up, it's only then you realize, because it was real to you that you were in Florida or Georgia or Tennessee or this place or that place or California. It's very real to you. But you can't deny the reality of waking up and your head is still on the same pillow, right?
Right.
We just shrug it off and jump down from the hammock and keep walking, but you got to really think about these things. It's just like people are in denial about having a third eye while they constantly use it. You follow me? Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Well, I don't believe in no third eye and all that stuff. Coming in with that spiritual mess and all that foolishness. You know what I mean? I can't see and touch and understand. I know you don't. but you believe in magnetism, nigga. Come in. Right, I'm not talking about magnets. You believe in magnetism. Right. Everybody's seen a little girl with a magnet moving a bobby pin on a piece of paper, and the magnet's not touching it. So there's a connection between the magnet itself and the bobby pin on the paper below it. You follow me? So you know that there's some force, whether you can see it or not, or even feel it, because you can't reach out and touch it. But there are things that you believe in that you can't see. But devils always lie, and they try to say, oh, come back down to earth, man. You know what I mean? I'll be back when you get yourself more grounded. Or, you know what I'm trying to say? In other words, they don't believe in, things. I say, right, I understand you. But you believe in love and hate, right? Exactly what do they look like?
You can't see them.
Exactly. So when they say they don't believe in the unseen, like a God they can't see and this, that, and the other, the devil is just being ridiculous, and they know they messed up, and they don't want to associate. They don't really want to remember the reality. Are you following me? They're trying to create an AI, artificial reality, and create a God in their image and likeness. Now that's the fictitious lie right there. You follow what I'm saying?
You can't see it, but it has the vibration because you can feel it.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. But they ignore that. They ignore that. They use their third eye all the time, but they ignore that. Unless you can make them realize it by being just blunt, like saying, just look at my face right now. All right. Now memorize it good. Now close your eyes. Can you still see it if you want? Yeah, I can see it. Well, which eye are you using to see? Because those two are closed. He trying to trick me. He trying to trick me. No, I'm not trying to trick you, devil. I'm trying to make you wake up. Stop kidding with yourself. The unseen is real. The spiritual and the soulful realm are realer than the physical realm. In fact, Steve, they're born out of it. You follow what I mean? Because first is the thought that creates the energy that spirals down into what you call shape or form or material matter. Like I said before, if you're in a home and somebody visits you, you're having a very pleasant conversation. Then as the host, you go to make sandwiches and a cool drink. While you gone, the person that's visiting starts memorizing some traumatic thing that happened to them, people that did them wrong or something that upsets them. When you get back, they got perspiration all on their nose, little droplets on their forehead, and they breathing hard. And you people smile with you. Oh, nothing. They even growl at you a little bit. No, I'm just, thinking about how that person, you upset. And so when they get upset like that, it actually generates heat that you can feel on their forehead. And when they say, oh, she hot now, you know what I'm talking about? It really generates heat. So you know that thought can create energy. So thought and energy are interchangeable. But you have to take it a step further and realize that energy and matter are also interchangeable. And the most obvious example I give you all is take a cigarette, which you would consider matter. It's just solidified thought, but a cigarette is matter. But when you light the cigarette, the light and the heat that emanates from it are two forms of energy. You follow me? So you're actually, in that process, converting the matter into energy, right? Are you with me?
Sure.
So if matter and energy are interchangeable, and thought and energy are interchangeable, algebra. So what you're saying mathematically is that thought and matter are interchangeable. That's how you say to a thing be, and it is. You are creating your own reality. Like Malachi said, mind your mind for the jewels of your soul. Be careful what you think about. Because if you think negative, if you think negative, well, you're creating a hell for yourself. If you think positively and have beautiful thoughts and positive thoughts, you're creating a paradise for yourself. Right? But, you know, in other words, to get people to heaven, you have to wake them up. And sometimes you have to be brutally honest to do that because they live so far and so deep and so entangled in this fantasia, this mythological reality until it's hard to extricate them from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But John 8:32, know the truth, right? And the truth will what?
The truth will make you free.
That's
Make you free.
It's the only thing that will. You follow what I'm saying? You're not going to lie your way to a truthful creator. He created the heavens and earth with truth so that you may know. All right? But it's true, the kingdom of heaven is within you, and all is in you. There is no out there. So whatever room you're situated in right now, I know you think you're in that room, but you're not. That room is in you, being projected from the inside out. Don't you understand? When your eyes are closed and you see that blackness again, when you open your eyes, you do that with anticipation of seeing the room that's there. So you're projecting the image before you open your eyes. You anticipate that room. And you say, well, when you close your eyes, you can still see the room. So when you open it, that's what you see. I know. That's what you that's what you expect to see there. So that's what it is. It's exactly what you expected to be. Don't you see that? You are the creator. And a lot of people don't want to accept that because they don't want the responsibility of it. They want a mythological guy that's like Santa Claus. They sit on their lap and pull his beard and tell him what they want. What do you want, little boy, little girl? And whatever they say, he makes it come true. They want a God like that. But if you don't ever take responsibility, you'll never have the ability to respond. Don't you see? You have to take responsibility for the fact that you create your own reality. So whatever it is, whether you like or substance manifested as the you or Ankh or the best spirit. Okay. Now, who's got questions about whatever we went over tonight?
I got a question, Messiah.
I'll do my best.
Okay, when you talk about how the body, the soul depart from the body, what dimensions it goes through when it departs from the body?
It depends on how you spend your time here on
RaTv. I am not black.